What is up everyone, MunchingOrange here and welcome back to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Last episode we explored the Pokmon Mansion here, the mysterious burned down mansion that of course held the secret key which will now allow us to enter the Cinnabar Island Gym. We already checked it out before, of course the leader is Blaine, the hot-headed quiz master. And before we head inside, I actually wanted to show off some updates on the team, as of course right now we've got Petrie and Dasani who evolved last episode, and I know a lot of you guys have missed Fabi, the Ice Ninetales, but I don't think she's gonna do too hot against Blaine's fire-type Pokemon, so for today's episode, I'm actually just gonna add some random Pokemon that we need to evolve. So I guess we'll start off with this little Weedle. I mean, I don't know how we don't have a Beedrill yet, but I did teach a couple of new moves and actually, I guess, gave some PP ups to Dasani, so Hydro Pump is a lot more pumped up, you could say, and Petrie's got the Rock Slide, so those are going to be our two main heavy hitters for taking on Blaine's gym, and without further ado, let's head inside. Always gotta love that classic tune, but not so classic gym. Yo, champ in the making! This gym is... Here we go. First question. Huh? Blaine's here already? Wait, Mr. Blaine, it's not your turn yet. Oh, that's right. This guy has his glasses on the statues too, oh my gosh. The old man you just saw there was the gym leader, Blaine. He's a fire-type Pokemon pro. You did well finding the secret key to get in here, so I think you're ready to take on this gym. As you might have guessed, you'll have to take on a quiz at this gym, as well as battles. Oh great, double the trouble. Try to have a good time. And we see this is not really your conventional gym setup. Blaine is already right in front of us, and he literally has a game show set up behind him, which is pretty awesome. But let's talk to the champ in the making man first. Go on, get in there and enjoy some sizzling battles and heated quizzes. Okay, so you have no advice for me at all as far as these quizzes go, huh? Blaine's always thinking up ways to keep the families of the scientists who live here from getting bored. Yeah, there's a lot of scientists on this island. I can't say all of them are good guys, but you know, Blaine's not very good as an MC, but he's red hot when it comes to battle. Oh, MC. I don't know how I didn't get that. I guess the spelling was kind of weird, but yeah. MC Blaine out here. We got a couple of kids in the front row, of course. You don't want any adults blocking your view. I look forward to more heated battles and sizzling quizzes. Okay, I think we've talked enough to the crowd. They don't all, or any of them, seem to give us really good advice. So without further ado, let's talk to the hot-headed quiz master himself. Ready to start, what do you say? Let's do it, old man. No need to be shy then. Step right up. Oh boy. Gotta say I'm getting a little nervous up here. I'm not really too good in front of crowds, but here we go. This is the Cinnabar Island Gym Pokemon Quiz. Challengers get asked 5 questions that they have to answer. Get one right and you get a Blaine doll. Get a question wrong, and you'll have to battle one of my students here. But if you manage to beat them, don't worry, you still get a Blaine doll. Think you can collect 5 Blaine dolls? Well, I guess the gym puzzle hasn't really changed from even the original red and blue, but we've got a bit of a twist in that it's actually a full-blown game show now. So here we go, the first question. For Double Jeopardy, which of these is the Spitfire Pokemon? Well, that's definitely Magmar. We just caught one last episode. We got the response, and the final judgment is... You are correct! Congrats, look at Blaine. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. You've got 1 Blaine doll. Oh, it pops up right there. Wow, I actually kind of do want to take on the trainers though, so maybe in the second question I'll answer incorrect on purpose. So how many gym badges certified by the Pokemon League are there? Okay, who doesn't know this one? I'm just gonna go with 7 because I want to battle some people. Sorry, bad call. I still like how Blaine shows up to, well, I guess rub it in for you. Too bad! You were close, but ultimately wrong! The challenger must now face a penalty match against one of the trainers I instruct. Oh man, the burglars are back! I love him. And I thought that was Slowpoke up above him, but I guess it's Magmar. I mean, we are in Blaine's gym after all. And here's Burglar Quinn. I guess that means we won't be able to battle all of the gym trainers here at Cinnabar unless we get a chance somehow to battle them afterwards, but that wouldn't really make sense. So either way, let's take on the Ninetales here with Dasani. And I actually have a little bit to fill you guys in on. I know this is kind of a weird episode to do a story time, but I have been moving over the last couple of days, and I know that doesn't really come as a surprise anymore, because if you guys have been around my channel for a while, you know I tend to move a lot. But this time around, I actually didn't really move to a new apartment or anything. I'm still in downtown Chicago, but I did have to move a lot of stuff out of my old house that I was at in the suburbs. I think I was telling you guys that story. And hey, Weedle's already going to be evolving. I think we already have Kakuna registered in the dex though, so this is not really too important. And of course, you gotta learn Harden too. But yeah, I mentioned the house in the suburbs I was sharing with a couple of other Let's Players, and that's finally done and cleared out, so I moved all of my stuff out of there. And now back to quiz time as we got another Blaine doll. And we're not done yet. The second question. Wait, hold on, Mr. Blaine, this is the third question. Seems he already forgot, but here we go. A steel type move used on fairy type Pokemon, or fire type. I would have gotten that super wrong actually. Which we want to get it wrong actually, so it would normally be not very effective. We're gonna go with super, and the final judgment is bad call. Oh no. If it was on a fairy type Pokemon, I guess it would have been right, but yeah, that's definitely Magmar up there. Look at those little Spitfire cannons too, and it looks like this time we've got a collector, or whatever this trainer type, oh, super nerd apparently. Derek is out here. So yeah, it wasn't really a traditional move, like I didn't leave my house to go somewhere else. Thankfully, because I've been moving around a lot, as I mentioned, and it's nice to actually finally have some type of stability. I've been here in my apartment in Chicago for a year now, actually, which is crazy that that year flew by, and I feel like I definitely didn't use it to its full potential because I was splitting my time between here and the house, and honestly, I guess I wasn't really fully prepared to live alone yet. Oh, no, the hydro pump. It's kind of hard to admit that, but I mean, I am trying to be an adult in a way and realize all of the responsibilities that that comes with. And I really didn't do a good job of it, at least my first year living alone. But now that the house is finally done and I've cleared everything out of there, like I got all of my stuff and my apartment is a little bit cramped now, but it really feels like I'm moving on from that chapter of my life, and I'm actually ready and excited to keep making more videos for you guys. And hopefully y'all have been seeing that I'm trying to upload semi-frequently, you know, and I'm trying to get, of course, to fully, well, not daily, but, you know, consistent uploads, I guess you could say. A hard-won victory. You've won a Blaine doll. Oh, why do we get one on the right side now? I guess the final one will be the middle, but on to the fourth question. And I keep getting distracted by Blaine's mustache in the background, but true or false, TM28 contains the move Tombstoney. Huh? What is that? We got the response and the final judgment. You're correct. Oh, so I guess you could have answered no or yes. Yes would have been the wrong answer, but I guess it's too late now. So it seems we've collected 4 dolls. It's time for the last question. Give it your all. Darwin, you answer this one for us. Tell me, who are you about to battle? Wait, Darwin, you gotta give an answer, buddy. Come on, Eevee. Darwin? Okay, I guess we gotta answer it ourselves. An old guy in sunglasses, a hot-headed quizmaster. Okay, obviously, all of these are the correct answer, or any answer works here. So, an old guy in sunglasses it is. And the final judgment is, you're absolutely correct. And that means it is time to take on Blaine himself. Ha! What is happening? Oh! Okay then. Blaine. Kind of scaring me here, dude. Whoa! It's getting hot in here. Or is that just Blaine? Challenger, you have obtained 5 Blaine dolls, which means it's time for our battle. I'm Blaine, the red-hot gym leader here. My fiery Pokemon are all rough and ready with intense heat. They incinerate all challengers. Ha! Hope you brought some burn heals. Get it? Because he's gonna burn us. Is this a roast all of a sudden? Whoa, Blaine is literally fired up. Look at the intensity in his eyes. That was actually pretty crazy. And I just noticed how his tie is also burned. That's a nice little detail there. I guess it's part of the design, or he actually burned it. I'm not sure. But either way, it's a cool little detail. And his first Pokemon is going to be Magmar, of course, matching that tie. And are you kidding me? This is like the 3rd Hydro Pump we've missed. Actually, I guess I'm counting the last battle that we had against the Super Nerd, but we missed 2 there, and now this is the 3rd one, and of course, now we're also confused, so we gotta get through 2 checks here. The Lucky Duckies are on our side, and so is the accuracy. Wow. Okay, that was a pretty well-deserved takedown there, I would say, considering we got through both luck checks and took down the Magmar. I don't know how I also just noticed that his pattern on the floor is like Tic-tac-toe? Is that what the game is called? Anyway, Arcanine is up next, and I think we should actually swap out for this one. Cinder, you know, does have that dig attack, which is super effective, of course, on fire-type Pokemon. The only weaknesses I think they have is water and ground, actually, so is there one more? Oh yeah, rock, of course, because we have Aerodactyl ready to go as well, but I think Cinder will be able to do some bigger damage than Aerodactyl ever can, so let's go for the dig and hope for the best, at least against Arcanine here. We'll try to bring in Petrie in a later battle, but I don't want to mess around with Blaine's Arcanine, man. This is his ace Pokemon, I believe, and there it is. We do quite a lot of damage, but here comes the Outrage. Oh, okay, actually, that wasn't too bad. One more dig should actually be able to seal the deal, and we'll actually be able to avoid his next Outrage too, which means he's just gonna confuse himself for no reason. So, good job there, Blaine. Really called that one out, or what? Maybe Outrage doesn't confuse you if you miss it then? I don't know. Anyway, the Arcanine goes down. As majestic and legendary as that big ol' fluffy fire dog is, I actually feel kind of sad taking it down. I guess that's my point I was trying to make. But Kakuna, keep gaining those levels. Of course, we're going to have a nice Beedrill at the end of this. But Rapidash is going to be coming out next. And I think now it's time to give Petrie a chance. I actually don't know what Blaine's ace Pokemon is, or like his strongest. I thought it might be Arcanine, but perhaps it could just be Rapidash? We'll find out, as here it is, the unicorn flamin' horse thing. Maybe this is the first time I actually noticed that Rapidash is a unicorn. I don't know how I didn't notice the horn before, or I guess I always did notice it but never thought about it, so. Anyway, Rock Slide does way too much damage, and that's it. Last Pokemon for Blaine is going to be Ninetales. Of course it had to be it. It was destiny that one day I'm going to become an old man with the Ninetales as well. And I always do talk about how I love me some science, so maybe I actually will become Blaine one day. I mean, having a game show doesn't sound all that bad, honestly. But, wow, we flinched the Ninetales. Somehow it didn't take it out, though. I'm really confused about how it survived that attack. Seems like some Pokemon Ami shenanigans, or like friendship or whatever, like it toughened it out, because Ninetales loves Blaine so much, but there we go, the crunch will do it, and of course Kakuna's gotta ruin the moment, but that is it for Gym Leader Blaine. I've burned down to nothing, not even ashes remain. Ash? Ketchum? Why are we talking about him all of a sudden? Oh, of course, I forgot the Kakuna. I don't know how I forgot so quickly, but this should actually be the first Beedrill that we register into the Pokedex. I feel like I shouldn't have actually done this. We could have just easily gone to Viridian Forest and caught one, but whatever. We got it now, so congratulations, Beedrill. And that's of course going to get registered in the Pokedex. The Poison Bee Pokemon has 3 poisonous stingers on its forelegs and its tail. They're used to jab its enemy repeatedly. And of course there is Mega Beedrill in this game. I kind of forgot about that, but it's cool that we have one now, so we can show that Mega Evolution off later. And back to the action. We have earned the Volcano Badge. Hot-headed or not, here we go. And now Blaine's ashed out. Here, you can have this TM too. Ooh, I didn't expect Fire Blast actually. That's a pretty intense move there. A red-hot Fire-type move, that is. Teach it to Fire-type okay, Blaine. Captain Obvious out here. Vulpix or Charmeleon? What are these recommendations? Alright. Don't waste it on water Pokemon. Can you even teach it to any water Pokemon? Other than like Volcanion, I guess. I don't know. But Darwin wants to play, and this looks like a pretty good area to actually do it. Because, you know, you got that whole game show in the background and everything. And I really love the fact that they actually put in the detail to have all the backgrounds, you know, during the partner play feature. Even though we can't see Blaine this time around, usually when we, like, beat a gym leader, you can actually see them in the background as well, but it's nice to see at least that question mark there, because I have no idea what I'm doing right now, so let's skedaddle. And get on out of this gym, but not before checking out these statues. I noticed them earlier, but I didn't really read it, and apparently Gibby's actually already beat this gym as well. Is that the first time we actually checked one of these statues? Because yeah, every time in the original Red and Blue, Trainer Blue would of course have beat the gym way before you have. One step ahead. And hey, speaking of Gibby, here he is. This is where you were. I thought you might have made your way to Cinnabar Island by now. Did you beat Blaine? Really? Congratulations! You need to have 8 gym badges to get into the Pokemon League, right? I've got 7 already, which means that the only one left is... Yeah, it must be the gym in Viridian City, right? It was closed up last time I checked, though. Have you been in the Viridian City gym yet, Orange? You haven't, right? No. Nobody has. I'll try stopping by Viridian one more time. I guess. Gibby making it obvious for us in case you didn't know where the next gym is at, but of course now the final gym should be open over in Viridian, but who cares because riding on Starmie is way more fun than that. Like, look at this, gotta be one of the best ride Pokemon ever. Aw, even got some twinkling little stars because it is the star Pokemon. Looking at that nice new badge, but before we head on back to Viridian, of course, this has been kind of a short episode so far, so I think we should actually try and explore over on Route 20, but I don't think we're really quite prepared right now, so let's check out our party once again. And of course, Beedrill, now that you're evolved, I guess it's time to grab your counterpart in Caterpie over here. Whoops, add that to the team, and I guess we can also bring Ninetales back in, because it's been a while since we got to, well, just use our majestic Ice Queen in any battle, so I guess Darwin can sit out for a little bit. I mean, Darwin will get his chance to shine later on, of course, when we get to that last gym in the Pokemon League, but I actually want to explore and adventure for a little bit, so I also kind of want to bring in this Lapras, and Cinder, I mean, you're pretty high level as well, so you can sit out for a while. If we actually take Lapras out of the Pokeball, I believe this is a Pokemon we can also ride on, but only like when you're in the water. So yeah, I'm gonna walk around and you'll see there's no Lapras. But if we hop in the water, oh my gosh, yes, this is so amazing. Of course, we had this in Pokemon Sun and Moon. You could also use Lapras as a ride Pokemon, but this is now in glorious HD and it looks so good. Like, call back to the Orange Islands right now, which was probably my favorite Pokemon series, actually, out of all of the anime seasons. I mean, actually, that's a pretty tough call, but I did really like how Orange Islands was more filler and not as serious, I guess, so I always really liked that season. But there's also the fact, of course, that you get to ride on Lapras, or I guess the Ash and Friends rode around, and in this game, they got the throwback to it. I mean, they couldn't just not have a rideable Lapras, you know, that would have been too disappointing, I feel like, so I'm glad it's in here. But anyway, I actually took on some of the trainers in this route already, so I guess I can show some clips of that if I have it, or maybe not, because here's actually a girl that we haven't fought yet, so we might as well do that now, and we'll just explore the rest of this area to finish off this episode, because I don't really want to move on to the Viridian City Gym just yet, of course. There's a lot of stuff that we can, you know, do before taking on the big bad Giovanni. Oh no, spoilers! I mean, the Viridian Gym Leader, who we definitely don't know the identity of. Anyway, there's a Seeking that we're taking on right now, so let's go for the Thunderbolt. Hopefully that Splashin can take it down. Oh no! We ruined her wig, but couldn't quite take it down. That's sad. Okay, at least she doesn't take us down either. There's a bunch of water Pokemon that are kind of like really rare for no reason in this game. Like, you can only find them in one very specific route, and because we didn't have Surf before, we couldn't find them. So I feel like we should actually go around after we finish this route and try to catch some of those water Pokemon. But for now, the swimmer has been defeated, and I just remembered that Caterpie is probably going to be evolving as well, so I guess we gotta get through that. It ain't Butterfree just yet, so I really don't care too much, but we got an item over on this island. I'm kind of surprised that Swimmer didn't see us, actually, but maybe she did see us, or maybe we already battled her before. Let's find out. Hop back in the water, and oh. Will my pearls grow bigger inside Cloyster? What? I don't want to know what that even means. Apparently we already battled her, though, and I'm pretty sure we also battled this guy here. Because Pokemon you get by trade grow faster. That's right. Which is exactly why I actually don't have Ninetales on the team right now. I know it's been a while since we've seen Fabby in action. Or Ice Fabby. There's a lot of Fabbies, okay? Whatever one this iteration is, hasn't gotten any action in a while. But we will have plenty of time to, I guess, use Fabby when we get to that next gym. Because I think it's actually ground type. And Ice is definitely good against that. So here we go against a Bird Keeper. Roger? Is that Roger's base himself? I actually was gonna mention earlier, I said how I wasn't very good in front of crowds, I think when we were doing Blaine's game show, but in real life, I actually had an experience to be in front of a crowd recently with Roger's Base when we did a panel at C2E2. And I talked about it in another video actually already, but I think that went up live, I'm not sure. I saw it for a while and then I don't know what happened to the video, but...
Last minute, we got Mo with us. How you want to introduce yourself? And finally, last but not least.
That was still a really fun experience, despite me not being good in front of crowds at all. I appreciate Roger inviting me and having that as my first time, I guess, doing a panel. So I'm definitely thinking about in the future, perhaps doing my own panel, if of course any conventions will have me. But I try to do it with friends, of course, so we can have a couple of more people and it won't be as awkward because, like I said, I'm not exactly great in front of a lot of people, but having friends up there definitely made it easier, and it would also make the experience better because, you know, we can work as a team and come up with different ideas for a panel instead of just me kind of being up there and babbling about like I usually do. I would rather actually get you guys interacting and doing something more, yeah, like engaging, I guess. So either way, that's definitely a plan for the future. I've always really wanted to do a panel, but I guess I was always too scared, honestly, like not just of being up in front of a crowd, but of all of the like responsibility that takes. But as I mentioned earlier in the video, I feel like I'm ready to take some of these big steps and do some different stuff, you know, try and switch it up both with content and I guess the events and the stuff I do at events as well. But here we've got another evolution. This time, of course, we're going to be getting the Butterfree. Might as well knock them both out in this episode. So into the light you go, little Metapod, and free as a butterfly you will be. Because now we have Butterfree. I really don't know how I come up with these things I say sometimes, man. But here we go. The butterfly Pokemon. Its wings, covered with poisonous powder, repel water. This allows it to fly in the rain. Very interesting. I really wanted to know if Butterfree could fly in the rain. I was always very curious about that. I mean, it's a really fragile little creature, you know? Like, I feel like one raindrop would probably weigh it down a lot. But realistically, we don't know how big Butterfree is. We just know, like, according to the anime, seems pretty big, actually. I don't think raindrops would really affect it, regardless of if its wings were covered in poison. But whatever, man. Let's take on Swimmer Dean now and his Starmie. Wait a second. This dude totally copied us. What the heck? Let's show him who the better Starmie is then, as I probably should have recovered, but whatever. The Thunderbolt actually destroys it, so yeah, that should definitely prove who the better Starmie trainer is, at least right now. Butterfree, I don't actually want you on the team anymore. Are we about to learn all three of the powder moves? Oh boy, that would suck. Yep, there's a Stun Spore, and are we gonna get Sleep Powder too? Hey, I knew it. Love you, Butterfree. I think Bulbasaur also does that, like learn all three powder moves at once, and it's just always really annoying because you gotta either teach 3 attacks or, you know, keep old moves 3 times, and nobody likes to do that. But oh no, we didn't quite take it out. I kind of thought this would happen, but Dasani, too tanky right now. Gotta love it, and at least we get to finish off Tentacruel. But this guy also has another Pokemon still, and just to rub it in, Kingler's coming out too. We're gonna prove once again who the real king of the water Pokemon is here. So Thunderbolt, and you're dead, or fainted, or fried at this point, because a Thunderbolt hitting a little crab probably gonna do a lot of damage. I kind of forgot we still have Butterfree, but Swimmer Dean goes down, and I guess I'm gonna replace Butterfree now, before I forget. There's not too many other Pokemon that I really need to train right now for experience, so I just went ahead and added an Abra to the team, because eventually we gotta get Kadabra and Alakazam, of course. So let's take on this Picnicker over here now, Lil Missy, and she's actually got Jolteon, which is not good, because even though I healed up Dasani, yes, I actually finally remembered to heal my Pokemon for once, but this is not the greatest matchup. And we only have 1 Hydro Pump left, so let's hope we hit it as she goes for the quick attack. And no! Of course he avoided it. Oh, man. Whatever. I guess Psychic still does the job, but this Jolteon reminds me that I actually have 3 Eevees in our box, and eventually we also gotta get those evolutions going for Pokedex's sake. So I don't know what episode I'll do it in, but eventually, I think after taking on Viridian Gym, probably, I'm gonna have a whole, like, Pokedex filling up episode and try to catch as many Pokemon as we can and just evolve the ones that we also have. And most importantly, do the trades with Let's Go Pikachu. So yeah, I guess it'll be a whole trading episode, as well as anything else that we might want to evolve. Like, I know I have Nidorino and Nidorina as well, so we got to use the Moonstones on those, and Clefairy, Jigglypuff. There's a whole bunch of Pokemon that we still haven't evolved, and like I said, my goal for this playthrough from the beginning was to try and fill up the decks, because I think that's what this game was really intended for, or at least, like, more than being a remake, you know, in a traditional Pokemon way. They really want to emphasize catching in these games, so I tried to catch everything in every route. And is this lady actually trolling? Okay. I love floating among the waves. I'm a fish Pokemon. Is this a freaky fish lady? Like, you know how there's those freaky cat ladies? This is a whole new level of it right here. And she's actually got a Slowbro, which shouldn't be too difficult to take down with the Dasani, of course. Like I said, not too tough with a couple of Thunderbolts, and that is gonna do it for another beauty who I kind of skipped over too quickly. Her dialogue, I mean. Wanna float with me? Nah, I'm good. I really was hoping she would mention more about how she thinks she's a fish Pokemon. That seemed more interesting, but we got one final trainer over here guarding this Pokeball. Nope, not on vacation right now. I've been vacationing a little too much, if you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to get back on the grind now and at least get through the rest of this game, which I do plan on trying to finish before April is over. I mean, there's still a lot of April left actually, but my plan at least is to try to start up some new stuff in the month of May. So hopefully we can be all wrapped up with Let's Go by the end of this month, and I'll also continue doing some new videos. Like, I know I started up Temtem as well, and I'll definitely have another episode of Temtem coming out later on in the week. Because that game is actually really fun as well, and I'm enjoying, I guess, something different as well, because we've been stuck on Let's Go for a while now, and I never really wanted things to get this way, but, you know, we're here now, and I really want to finish the game, so, just one day at a time, you know. One Pokemon at a time, too, as this girl actually has 2 more still left, including a Gloom, but it's about to be doom for this one when the Psychic comes through. I don't even know why you have a Gloom at this point. Like, that thing should definitely be a Vileplume. Quit wasting my time, Picnicker. I'm dancing with death right now, as Dasani is so low HP and I just for some reason refuse to heal up or switch out, because Wigglytuff is coming out now. And I definitely should have switched out actually, but at this point, you know what? Dasani has been through so much and still hasn't died this episode or fainted that I think we've got this. Oh no. The Mimic. Wait. That means, wow, of course. You learn Psychic but can't even use it. I thought that was going to be like Mirror Move, or I feel like there's an attack that just straight up uses the same move that you did back at you, the same turn. But nope, Mimic just steals the move, and so even though we danced with death, we still didn't end up going down, which is pretty awesome. Or I guess fainted. But it doesn't sound as cool to say you danced with fainting. It's just, you know, it just literally doesn't sound right, but we got a heart scale as a reward, and in here, if you guys don't know, is actually the Seafoam Islands. There's 2 entrances, as you can see, so if you go down south from Fuchsia City, there's also a route you can surf on, and there's a whole bunch of swimmer trainers to take on, but I don't really want to do that in this episode, so instead what we're going to do is actually fly back over to somewhere. I actually haven't really thought yet, but Darwin's trying to play with our hair apparently. That's pretty cool. Sky Dash away, and let's figure out where we're actually going, because there's a couple of fish Pokemon I mentioned I wanted to catch, and the freaky fish ladies kind of inspired me, so let's go do that real quick by sailing off to Vermilion, or flying off, I mean. Oh no, I forgot we don't have Cinder anymore, so it's gonna be that weird balloon animation, but here we are on Vermilion, and we actually want to go up to this route over here. And this is actually the only area where we're going to be able to find wild Goldines and Sea Kings. I don't know why the heck they made the game this way. It feels like Goldeen and Sea King should be found in a lot of different ponds around Kanto, but nope, it's only in here, and right now we're not even getting them to pop up because this Lapras is too dang big, I feel like, so I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and grab a regular water Pokemon. Like Nagini, who I was actually curious about the... what? Hovering animation? I was gonna say walking, but it really isn't walking at all. This is so weird. I didn't know that Dragonair could actually fly like that, but man, that's gotta be one of the coolest following Pokemon ever right there. Like, wow, mystical. Okay, there, I said it. Anyway, let's get on our surfboard, I guess, as we can't surf on Ninetales or Dratini or, oh my gosh, Dragonair. I'm forgetting all of my Pokemon names right now, but why the heck are no water Pokemon actually popping up in this pond? Like, for some reason, the grass Pokemon are the only ones spawning and having all the fun, but I'm sure eventually if we sit around long enough, one will pop up. Or maybe if we actually use a lure, that sounds a little bit better. Oh, wait, look at that. I guess we get Seaking. I was only hoping for Goldeen, to be honest, but we get the King of the Sea right off the bat. And it's actually moving quite a lot, so maybe it would help to use one of these berries. I never use Nana berries, even in Pokemon Go. I always forget that they exist, to be honest, but in this game, they're definitely pretty useful, as some Pokemon like to zip all around the field, and there we go. Using a nab, and it's a wrap. We got the Seaking. Now I'm wondering if Goldeen will even show up, because I was not expecting that, but Albra and Ninetales already gaining a level there. Ninetales hasn't even been in a battle and already gained a level, but oh, Albra is actually going to be evolving already as well. I did not realize what level that was going to happen at, but hey, another one for the Dex means another happy time for me. I need to stop talking, man. We've got Kadabra, though. Congratulations. And that's going to be a new one into the Pokedex, of course. The Psy Pokemon, many odd things happen if this Pokemon's close by. For example, it makes clocks run backwards. Well, I mean, that just saves you time, so that wouldn't really be a bad thing, honestly. Or just throw you off completely, because it doesn't turn back time, it just messes up your clock, so... Wait a second, what? Double trouble? Goldfish Pokemon? I did not even realize Seaking was a goldfish, but it's the male's job to make a nest by carving out boulders in a stream using the horn on its head, and the female's job to... Well, we're not going to talk about that, I guess. I was thrown off because we got 2 Pokedex registers there, and I completely forgot that we had actually caught Seaking, but, great, now we've got to avoid this Magikarp. Oh, whoops. I guess that's one way to avoid him. A freaking Chansey popped up, and still no Goldeen. Oh wait, was that a Goldeen right there? Oh my gosh. What if it was and it just despawned? Hold up. It is! Wow! And it didn't despawn, thankfully. So, here we go. The final Pokemon for today's episode. Goldeen has appeared, and it's also a tiny Variedent, and it also moves around a lot. But thankfully, we hit the Ultra Ball, and that should definitely be a first try catch. Oh! Oh, okay, I see how it is. You a little feisty, huh? Well, how do you like this? I thought that would be an excellent capture for sure. Apparently not, but I'm just not going to say anything. Let's just let it catch. And Goldeen, you're mine now. That's going to be our first one, of course, as this is the only little area you can find those 2 Pokemon. They're actually both known as the Goldfish Pokemon, apparently. And when it's time for them to lay eggs, they can be seen swimming up rivers and falls. We know all about laying those eggs. That's like all that they talked about in the Pokedex descriptions for both of the Goldfish Pokemon, apparently. But anyway, I'm going to go catch this Chansey just because. I got something to prove right now that I'm not as bad at catching Pokemon in this game as I think I am. And to prove it, we just got that Chansey. First try, baby. Excellent capture. You know that's going to be a heck of a lot of experience right there. Ooh! Wow! Look at that. 2 levels for Kadabra, and even Dasani hitting that 50 finally. Petrie, we haven't even used too much in battle, honestly, but already at 47 as well. And so many more things that we're going to get there, but thank you, Chansey. Now we can move along. Oh, I thought that Vulpix was ours for a second, but no, we got the majestic Dragonair behind us. And oh boy. Okay, I guess there's another Chansey. A huge one at that, so that'll even give us more experience than the previous one. Look at all those bonuses. All the health candy too, even a Chansey candy. Wait, why did we get 4,000? Oh my... Oh, Chansey. That is insane, dude. We gained even more levels on all 3 of the Pokemon that didn't level up last time. So 2 Chanseys and basically our entire party just leveled up. Wow. I guess now you know how to train in this game. Just go on a Chansey catching spree. Like, it literally doesn't stop. Look at this. Okay, finally. Bless you, Chansey. Yes, thank you. Queen. I think that is going to do it for this episode now. There's a couple of other water Pokemon that are kind of rare to get, but I'm going to save it for the next episode, where I think we're actually going to be taking on that route I was talking about. The surfing area to the south of Fuchsia. There's a couple of other water Pokemon we can catch there, and then maybe we can try to just level up and evolve some more Pokemon, because might as well take a breather and relax for at least a couple of episodes and try to fill up the decks before we take on that final gym. So for now, that is going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.